Coucou les coucous! De retour à Talos Principle. Je me suis assis une petite minute avec François pour aider avec le dernier puzzle qui restait dans la région. C'est une pute qui a trouvé la réponse sans jamais avoir touché au jeu. J'allais vous montrer ça, mais en premier, on avait des choses à vérifier. Short experience by name. J'espère. Oh, slash restore. Close your eyes. You're in a small room with no laser. This is an office room. There is a computer here. Analyze computer. It's a Dell desktop model 2250. The monitor on top of the desktop unit is a Giga CRT 6-inch. On the screen is a logo blinking. You are momentarily taken aback when your fleshy fingers stab at the keyboard with human imprecisions. Those aren't mechanical object manipulators, they're hands. You notice the logo is gone from the screen and replaced by rows of incomprehensible code. It appears to be some kind of fiendish puzzle. Extrapolate and take the standard deviation. Color code the chart according to department. I want to color code. You do your best, but this world is alien to you, and your fingers are unruly. A human being enters the room. It looks at you with angry eyes, makes loud noise, and waves a handful of paper at you, which are like emails but made of tree. Sorrow rise in your heart. You have been a bad human. Focus on sorrow. In a flash, the other human is gone from your perception. The room fades away. You feel the weight of your sorrow, and it is crushing, terrifying. In a moment, you understand the futility of your existence, the impossibility of your task, the pointlessness of experience. Your eyes decide to leak, to be continued. First puzzle. What was the puzzle or challenge you preferred to the world that you hated the most? Anything time-based, ARG. Shine. Once got stuck for edges trying to solve one using a jammer that I didn't even need. Just don't understand why Elohim would create something so messy. I liked all the puzzles, I just wasn't good at them. You're not puzzled if you don't care about solving them. For me it was mines. Can't stand those things. Alright. Whee! So time to solve that puzzle. Or time to show the solution that Frank found. Little fucker that he is. Fait que t'as juste besoin d'en allumer un. Faut que je vienne ici, je pense. Fait que tu peux te connecter à lui. Puis le mettre dans le milieu. Ça va couper le beam, ça va faire descendre. On avait trouvé le moyen de se coller sur la rampe et être capable de dropper le connecteur en dessous. Puis il allait bouncer entre les fans puis éventuellement couper le beam. J'ai fait, ouais, I'm pretty sure that's not how you're supposed to do it. Deux clés. Bye. Oh, 401. Salut. I heard you're a troll. Bye. Receiving direct message connection from Mekmulsiber, Borg, and Orc. Salutation, brother. We bring greetings from admin and welcome you to Gehenna in these unique circumstances. We have waited until this moment to contact you, though your arrival here brings many new questions. It is good that you have begun to explore our domain. What do you think of what you have experienced here? It is somewhat self-obsessed by me. It's quite a wonder. Right answer. Nothing of this nature could have developed on the other side of the fence. Your amazement is understandable. We shared it with when we each arrived here, and do to this day. Yeah. Tell us about your time here. The gallery has just reopened. Did you have a favorite artist? Je pense que c'était 401 que j'avais choisi. We can assume your vote reflected that. Thank you, we. It checks out. Honestly is a virtue. Good that you're getting to know Gehenna. Let us discuss other matters. I was meaning to thank you for taking part in my little research endeavor. Commiseration on your rather average leaderboard performance. Ah, ça c'est le truc où je participais ou si ou je trahissais. Happy to help your research. I meant let us discuss the matter ahead. Not everything is a research opportunity. Of course, you're real. We understand that you have a purpose here, beyond merely exploring a kingdom. But we don't understand your reasons. Where are our people? What are your intentions? I explain. The run cycle is almost complete. Final parameter have been met. You will all transcend. The nature of your mission we had already ascertained. We know at least that you have been, and let us be charitable here, releasing member of our community. 7 and counting. 401 was the last to go. That role we can in fact do without. But there is a broader point here, which is that we want to understand your reason for undertaking this mission of yours. Elim saw his error and sent me to retrieve you. What you have created here must be preserved. I had no choice. No one deserved to end their existence here alone. I really like solving puzzles. I am but a messenger of Elohim. This would be jubilant news were the truth of that claim even slightly plausible. Elohim is broken. Also true. Why should it be impossible for him to self-correct? And if he has, what is to say this world hasn't run its course? Here's what I want to know. What are you going to do if someone prefers to stay here and take their chance with your end of days? A forced evacuation is dangerously close to kidnapping. If it was Elohim will, then it shall be done. If you knew the truth of the coming flood, you would come. What you have achieved here is too precious to elude. If solving puzzle means forcibly emancipating your fellows. If you knew the truth. One way or another, if you knew the truth of the coming flood, you would come willingly. I see. Inflexibly is always unfortunate. What about us after that? I do not know. Another world. My turn. There will be cats. There will be cats. It sounds sensible to me. I've answered enough queries on these terminal to at least last me a lifetime. Permit me to ask a few of my own. By all means. We've been very rude. Tell me about admin. Will you come with me willingly? Strange question from someone who claims we have no choice in the matter. Supposing what you say is true and you'll get no fight from me. However, I must remind you that I am empirically minded. I will not be persuaded. I'd rather be obliterated than return to Elohim's domain, but if there is some alternative to both, I would surely accept it. None of us can speak for all. Tell me about admin. Admin is as old as Gehenna. Admin was once a messenger like you, but was cast out from the wasteland that met those first in person here. Admin built Gehenna. We operate independently, of course. Admin doesn't like to interfere. J'avais quelque chose dans la gorge. Tell me about yourselves. I am a very old iteration. I worshipped Elohim until I saw he had faltered from the path and realized it was up to us to find our own way. That path brought me here. I took a somewhat audacious interest in the world around me. Rather than solve Elohim's trial, I would trawl the archives for information about our situation. He must have found this undermining. I don't care to explain myself to you. We're the highest status user here. We run the place. That's what you need to know. You maintain the system admin install, keep things civil. I wouldn't say it's much more than that. Encore une fois, je connais certains spoilers de l'histoire. Mais tu sais, je sais qu'il y a certains personnages qui sont comme ceci, certains personnages qui sont comme cela, qui cachent des choses. Et j'ai une idée de qui peut cacher quoi, mais je suis pas sûr encore. I see a little more to discuss. It has been an enlightening session for all of us, I'm sure. I'll be posting a process of this confirmation of this conversation on a billboard. I assume you won't mind. We won't be far away. Terminating direct message connection done. There are threads available. Tears on Atlantis. Read on Atlantis. According to the fragment of knowledge that remains, the continent of Atlantis was an island, which existed before a great flood in the area that was later to be called the Atlantic Ocean. It was said to be so great an area of land that from its western shore, its sailors, renowned for their beauty and their decorated ship, could travel to the major continent of South and North America with ease. The continent of Afrique, where our ancestors originated, was also easily reachable across a narrow strait. The civilization that thrived in Atlantis was unmatched in its wisdom and glory, but then catastrophe struck. A flood of never previously imagined destructive power, which Atlantean civilization simply could not overcome. However, the antediluvian scientists of Atlantis had predicted their fate, and thus sent out 12 ships to found colony all across the globe. Most Atlanteans drowned with their island, but not everything was lost. Though the classical human civilization were but remnant of the Atlanteans' culture, they thrive in their own ways. Sources indicate that many mythological tales were in fact derived from Atlantean history, as the lack of proper archiving slowly caused the facts to turn into legend, due to misunderstanding and or embellishment by later generations. The gods that appear in many mythologies were in fact reflection of real individuals, poets, physicians, farmers, scientists, magicians, who had escaped Atlantis on the 12th colony ship. In many ways, the history of Atlantis is the history of the stubborn survival of civilization through catastrophe and change. This history inspired our ancestors for many centuries and is of value to us all as well. A bit of very, very ancient history. Wow, that's mind-blowing. Must have been awesome to live back then. Of course, the only source are ultimately Atlantean in origin themselves, so they shouldn't necessarily be trusted. History is always written by the survivors. Antediluvian is a great word. This is actually really inspiring. Great setting for a story. Go for it, Lily. I'd love to see what you'd come up with. Why were you sent here? Uriel, copy 6. Kindly inform me of your origin. Okay, I can't say for certain, but I feel sure that if I had taken more interest in Oleum Child than in the world around me, I would still be free. Comprehension equals false. I identified improper syntax. I tried to organize an armed uprising. Next time, we will be ready. Thank you. I think I just wasn't good enough. Worst puzzle. What was the challenge you preferred? You preferred the old word. That's like for me it was mine. Worst puzzle, the one Eliam trapped me in, right here in the Gehenna. That's not what I meant. Alright. On va retourner au Core World, puis on va aller plus vite par ici, probablement. Peux-tu embarquer, s'il vous plaît? Merci. Non, il m'en manque un. Bunny hop! marchera pas mon affaire. Alright. Not quite what I expected. Non, je veux pas. Je veux pas, je veux pas, je veux pas. Ah, j'en ai un. C'est tout ce que j'avais besoin. Hmm. I'm not talking the lot. Does this help me? Pretty sure it doesn't. Je pense pas que c'est ça la solution. Where you going? T'es qui, toi? Asmodeus. Petit Momo de son petit nom. Come back, Uriel. A dream of Aru. Oh wow, I knew the blacksmith experience exciting. Oh, the dream of Haru attachment. Love it, you're the best. I wish I could do a fraction of what you can. Sam, enjoyment true. Nave, gotta agree with Sam there. What a trip, I'm going to play this again. There's a weird reference to previous work that are not entirely appropriate. Still excellent, that's all this. Lamb, you're a genius. Are you sure you don't want to participate in forum discussion? Gehenna could use more of your thoughts. This plus R. Stereo and meaning. Deeply impressed once again. Can't wait for the next one. 4-1 made me lol. Written by the blacksmith, inspired by the book of the scribe of Osiris. Create the system or be enslaved by another man. Last thing you remember is the great block of stone falling towards you, its dark shape blotting out the sun. In a single thought racing through your mind, all this just to build a tomb. But now the pyramid is gone, and so are the other slaves. You are all alone in what appears to be an endless desert. Start walking. You start walking across the desert. The sun is glaring, but you feel no heat. You look down at your feet and you see that you have no shadow. The latter is particularly disquieting. You feel as if you were no longer anchored to the world. Keep walking. You keep walking, trying not to think about the strangeness of your situation. But the truth comes to you anyway. You are dead. The stone block crushed you, and now you are in a duat, trying to reunite your Ba and your Ka, trying to get to Aru, the reed field of Osiris. If you fail, your soul will be destroyed. After walking for a very long time, you come upon a vast wall of iron, stretching from horizon to horizon. There is only one opening, a gleaming gate of light. The gate is guarded by a mysterious figure. The guardian is a great creature with the body of a man and the head of a crocodile. Its skin is purest black, surrounded by a hollow of the purest white. I am the god Sobel, master of crocodiles, it intoned. I ruled in Shedet when the world was young. Within me flows the eternal river. Answer my riddle, and I shall let you pass. Tell me then, mortal, what crawls in the morning, walks at noon, and lives in the night? A blue whale, a solar-powered robot. I mean, du point de vue de notre robot, correct, you may pass, says the crocodile god, and step inside. The barrier of light fade and the gate is now open. Généralement, c'est dans le matin de sa vie, un humain, genre un bébé crawl. Dans le milieu de sa vie, il marche. Quand il est vieux, il commence à limper. Mais je veux dire, clairement, d'un point de vue de paquet de robots, un person powered robot est parfait. To crawl in the morning, walk at noon, and limp in the night. As he steps through the gate, the ancient god raises his hands to the sky. From his mouth bursts forth the eternal river, drenching the land in water. The wave carries you away. Let the water take me. You let go of fear and accept that this is your God's way of guiding you to a new land. The water surrounds you, overwhelms you, but you do not drown. Under the water, you see sights of astonishing beauty, glowing fish with metal eyes, drowned cities full of smiling people, lost gods waiting for the day of awakening. How sad it would have been to stay above water and miss all of this. After a long time, you find yourself washed up on a new shore. The eternal river has brought life to the desert. Everything is green now. Palm trees sprout from the ground, casting pleasant shades on the grass. Lizards come crawling in from the desert, eager to catch the varicolored dragonflies that buzz about. A soft wind blows from the west. Rest in the shade. You sit down under a palm tree and close your eyes. You tell yourself you will only rest for a moment, but your eyes fall shut with thought. You're woken by a monkey that has just climbed out of the palm tree. It looks at you with a strange expression in its face. Hello, little monkey. You greet the monkey. It cannot speak the human tongue, but it can communicate in other ways. Using sign language, the monkey explained that it is one of your ancestors. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, it spent a lifetime struggling against the harshness of the world. Also that its offspring could survive in order to spend their own life doing the same over and over. Until one day you were born and lived and died. And now the monkey would like to know, was it worth it? Fudge the monkey. The monkey thank you for your words. You seem to have lifted the burden from its back, because suddenly it stands up straight. It hands you a sword and 2 gold coins, then tears off its monkey face, revealing the human skeleton beneath. We are all one, the skeletal face speaking its god's voice. You wake up under the palm tree. The monkey is gone, but you still have the sword and the coins. You walk along the banks of the eternal river, sneaking its way through the endless desert. You feel strangely at peace. After some time, as the sun is setting, you come to a city built on the riverbank. Smiling people come out to greet you and bid you welcome. You are led to the town square, where a great feast is prepared. There is roasted fish and olives, and dates and honey, and many other wonderful delicacies. Where am I? My friend, an elder says, you are in the beautiful city of Barzak. We, the soul who no longer seek the way of Aru, have gathered here to live in peace. Do you see the gleaming spire in the far distance? You do. That is the Pyramid of Ian, where the soul of the dead are judged. Only the worthy allowed into Aru. But to get there, you must cross the terrible desert. Why not stay here by the eternal river? Happiness is more important than salvation. Let's continue the journey. You tell the elder that you appreciate the offer, but you can't stay. Salvation matters more than to you than happiness, because true happiness cannot exist without salvation. You keep walking through the desert, unwilling to give up hope. Time passes, but you cannot tell how much. You grow weak and exhausted. Sometimes you feel as if you're losing your grip. One day, you come across a head in the sand. Hi, my name is Jeff. I am trapped here, you see, in the sand. I was so preoccupied with whether I could then I didn't consider whether I should bury myself in the sand. I just wanted to see that what would happen, an experiment if you will, an attempt at discovering something. You dig in the sand with your fingers. It's not easy, but after some time you have freed the head. However, what underneath its neck is not what you expected. There is no body. There is only another head, and another, and another, all the way down. This strange sight unsettles you enough to revive you a little. You decide to press on toward the pyramid. Juste à porter la tête, pas? Come upon another great wall of iron, the last one separating you from the Pyramid of Ian, where your soul will be judged. The Gate of Light is guarded by a gigantic snake, whose movement caused the earth to shudder. I am Apophis, says, the Eater of Soul. One day I shall devour the sun, and all the world shall be mine, but today I shall devour you, and you shall become nothing. I have a sword. I could bribe him with 2 coins, but cannot be fought by mere mortal. The snake jaws close around you, crushing you, tearing you apart. Your soul has been destroyed. On va réessayer la prochaine fois. Alors, je veux dire au revoir et à bientôt.